Hello, bonjour from FinDev Canada. We recently completed our stakeholder engagement process on our Development Impact Framework, and we thought it would be nice to share with you some of the results of that engagement. First of all, thank you to all the stakeholders who took time to give us feedback on the Development Impact Framework. We received more than 145 comments from 30 different organizations, including from civil society, from academia, the private sector, development finance institutions, and from government. Once we received all of these comments, we took them and categorized them into 8 main themes. To read about all of these themes, please check out the Stakeholder Engagement Report on our website. Today I thought I'd highlight just 2 of the themes that were of critical interest to our stakeholders. The first theme that stakeholders commented on was around gender equality and women's economic empowerment. Stakeholders were interested to learn more about how FinDev Canada will deliver on this mandate. For example, how we would assess women's barriers to access for basic services or barriers in economic participation, such as in employment. They also wanted to know how we would select the appropriate key performance indicators, or KPIs, in order to monitor progress against this aspect of our work. In response, we've added some more detail to the framework itself that talks about how we will do a gender baseline assessment at the start of every engagement with the client. This baseline assessment will help us to determine what are the potential barriers to access or participation for women, as well as what the potential impact opportunities could be through a relationship with this client. We also will use the baseline assessment to set the appropriate KPIs. Another topic that was of interest to our stakeholders was around how impact fits into the screening and transaction process. For example, stakeholders had specific questions around whether FinDev Canada would look at impacts in the value chain, or whether we would consider future performance of a client as opposed to only the current performance. They were also interested in whether local ownership of a business was one of our criteria. Each of these specific areas is covered already in the framework, but again, we added some more detail as well as definitions so that stakeholders could better understand how we will evaluate things like impacts in the supply chain, impacts on local businesses, and other related topics. To summarize, these are 2 of the themes that stakeholders gave us great feedback and thoughtful comments on. If you'd like to read about some of the other themes, for example, on our approach to data collection, monitoring, or environmental, social, and governance issues that are related to our impact framework, please check out the Stakeholder Engagement Report that's online now, as well as the final version of our Development Impact Framework. Thanks very much.